boys and girls. Welcome back to the second edition of Terri Tales in 2021. This week we have a young lady who is joining us who is very talented in her own way. Her name is Harriet Renee, and Harriet Renee is a hairdresser. She has been cutting hair and styling hair for a long time, and I thought it'd be really fun to have her on our show. She's picked a really special book that has something to do with hair, and I think she's going to do something with her talent as well. So anyway, without further ado, let me turn the program over to Ms. Harriet Renee. Come on down. Well, hello, boys and girls. My name is Harriet Renee, and I am a hairdresser. And I am so excited to be here on Terri Tales today. I cannot tell you how happy I am. I love watching the show, and I never thought I'd be asked to be on the show because I didn't think I had any talent. Oh, by the way, you're probably going to notice my cat in the background. I hope that doesn't bother you if any of you are allergic or anything. But that's okay, you're far away. But anyway, Ms. Terri explained to me that everybody has talent in their own way. And even though I can't sing and I can't dance, I can cut hair. And Miss Terri said, that's fine. I have plenty of talent to be on Terri Tales. Plus, I love books. So, let me go ahead and get started. And this book has something to do with hair. And this book also has something to do with being kind. Two of my favorite things in the world. All right, so let's get started. The book is called Wilfred. The book is by Ryan Higgins. And Ryan Higgins is actually an author that lives in Maine, which is pretty cool, I think. We're going to do a big shout out to Dial Books for Young Readers for letting us read this story today. Here we go. So we get all cozy. Our story begins in a faraway place where there once lived a lonesome giant named Wilfred. Wilfred was humongous and hairy. And the thing he wanted most of all in the whole wide world was a friend. One day, Wilfred came across a little town with little people in it. And these little people were very unusual. They didn't have a single hair on their heads. Not even the ladies. In this odd little town, there were little bald children playing. Wilfred wanted to join them. So he did. And they all ran away. All except one brave little boy who said to the big hairy giant, "Sit!" And Wilfred did. Said the boy. "Stand on one foot." And Wilfred did. "Play golf." "Play the ukulele." And Wilfred did. "Do my math homework." "Reenact the Battle of Waterloo." And Wilfred did. Now, that little boy and that big hairy giant, they had so much fun that they decided that Wilfred would come back the very next day. Meanwhile, the little bald townspeople, they watched as the big hairy giant lumbered away. They wanted hair too. And with winter coming fast, they wanted it soon. So the little bald people in that little bald town, they came up with a big and nasty idea. When Wilfred came back to town the next day, a few of the little bald people stopped him and told him that big, hairy monsters were not allowed in their little bald town. And if he wanted to visit, he'd have to stop being big or to stop being hairy. Well, since Wilfred couldn't stop being big, what's he gonna do? It's a dilemma. Well, the only thing for him to do was to stop being hairy. So the little bald people said that he should let them cut off his hair. And Wilfred did. Without his hair, poor Wilfred was too cold to play with the little boy. So instead, the big hairless giant went back to his cave. There he is in his cave. Don't get too sad, guys. Just hang in there. Okay? Don't get too sad yet. Well, winter came early, and the snow piled up on the ground while the little boy waited day after day for the big hairy giant to return. But Wilfred did not come back. And the little boy couldn't understand why. Look at that little boy. Doesn't he just look so sad? Until one afternoon, trudging back into town, he was met with a big, hairy surprise. Some of the bald people, those little bald people in his little bald town, were not bald anymore. They had wigs. When the boy asked where they'd gotten all that hair, they replied, "Oh, just from some big hairy monster." Oh no! Without his hair, the giant would freeze. The little boy had to help him. He ran home, where he made giant mittens out of his blankets. Isn't that clever? And then the boy went to find Wilfred. There he is, that little boy, so brave. That night a blizzard rolled in with great blustery gusts, and he tossed the boy about like a little bald snowflake and carried away his giant mittens. And in the face of disaster and the danger of frostbite, the boy tried to stay calm. Tried. Snow fell, and the winds blew through the night, and the next morning the town awoke minus one tiny member. The boy was missing. Well, the town sent out a search committee. They looked and they looked and they looked and looked and looked and looked and looked for that little lost boy. See, they're looking. They're looking. You see anything? Look again. Look. Until at last they found him, safe and warm, because in the night when the boy was lost, he had shouted, "Please save me!" And Wilfred had. Look at that. Look at that. That's friendship. Well, little town people, they felt sorry. This creature wasn't just a big, hairy monster. He was a hero, and he needed their help. See, they're all feeling kind of bad now. What do you think they could do? They covered Wilfred in blankets, and they made a big fire to help get him warm. That's a start. Then they took off all their wigs and they sewed them back together into a great big hairy suit for Wilfred to wear. And that's how Wilfred came to have a zipper and a smile. And a very, very best friend. There he is with his best friend. The end. Isn't that just such a nice story, you guys? I just love how all the town people came together in the end and they realized they'd made a mistake and they all got together and they fixed the problem. So I think that's really great. So anyway, now's the time when Miss Terri usually has the guest reader sings or dances or does something, but, well, I brought some of the important things that I use when I'm cutting people's hair or just doing a beauty makeover with their hair. I've got my magic brush, hairspray, comb, brush, razor if I need it. Well, the only thing that I need some volunteers. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there that would like to come on Terri Tales right now and have a beauty makeover or a hair makeover? I am so excited! You're right, the Sparling family! Come on down! Come on, this is great! Hold on, I'm getting ready for you.
Help us, Harriet Renee.
It's a hair catastrophe.
It's a hair disaster.
It's a hair emergency. It's perfectly awful.
Help us. Thank you, Harriet Renee.
What do you think, guys? Don't they look awesome? Oh my God, they look amazing. Wow, so I guess I got time for, how about one more? At least one more. Anybody out there? How about someone from the Graves Library? You got it, Lisanne. Lisanne James. Come on down. You're next.
Help me, Harriet Renee. My hair is a tragedy. Help me, Harriet Renee. Oh.
Lisanne James, you look beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that you're happy. You've always wanted to be a redhead. All right. I think it... Wait a minute. Miss Terri. Miss Terri, get back here. Hold on. Yes, thank you very much, Harriet Renee, for the hair makeover. It's very youthful. I like it. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us for today's Terri Tales. Really enjoyed seeing all my friends again. Big shout out to Harriet Renee for being with us today. And I hope you'll join us for our next Terri Tales. Be coming soon. And it's Larry the Lobsterman from Cape Porpoise. All right? So until then, be kind, keep reading, and take care. All right? Bye-bye, guys. See you later.